Finally, after months of speculation, Take-Two has confirmed for the fourth time that Grand Theft Auto 6 is officially coming in fall 2025.
Hey, what are you doing, man? I thought I'm gonna be speaking in these videos. Get out of here. The earnings call has happened yesterday after months of waiting, and the biggest news we got from it is that GTA 6 is set planned to be released in fall 2025. Whether you watch the earnings call or not, this video will be interesting. I will go over the most important points mentioned during the call, especially since for the first time, one of the attendees directly asked a question about GTA 6. We'll also take a quick look at the documents released with the call, and finally, we'll discuss the interview that the CEO of Take-Two Interactive had with IGN right before the earnings call. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. The earnings call is a long and boring audio discussion, but I've clipped the most important moment for you where GTA 6 was mentioned in the CEO's words. I'm just gonna let you listen to it.
We also plan to release Mafia: The Old Country in the summer, Grand Theft Auto 6 in the fall, and Borderlands 4 before year-end.
And that was the moment in the call that they confirmed that GTA 6 is still planned to be released in fall 2025. Also during the call, and for the first time ever, someone directly asked about GTA 6, specifically how Rockstar plans to bring back all the players from previous generations to be part of the GTA 6 community. Strauss responded with some confident, almost Giga Chad answers, subtly showing that they know exactly what they're doing. But what made the interaction even funnier was that the person asking the question low-key roasted them for taking 12 years to release a new GTA game since GTA 5. Now, I'm gonna leave the whole interaction at the end of the video, so you can listen to it if you are interested. Moving on to the document released with the earnings call, all of them listed GTA 6 as a game set to launch in fall 2025. What's really important is that Take-Two included the game in their financial plans for this year, showing that they expect the game to play a big role in their success and make 2025 a huge year for the company. And this was written clearly on the documents. The fact that they said this year is gonna be one of the strongest ever for Take-Two means they're talking about GTA 6. Of course they're releasing other titles, but to say ever, it can only be the GTA 6 effect. And it's obvious. They also say, we forecast that calendar year 2025 will be an inflection point for Take-Two from the groundbreaking release of GTA 6 in the fall. The fact that they're talking about an inflection point in this calendar year, and they're forecasting that, it means they're kinda committed to the release of GTA 6 this year. Now, ahead of the earnings call, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick spoke with AGN in an interview, which I think it was interesting because in that interview, they acknowledged that while delays are always a possibility, the company feel confident about the timeline they've put. In other words, we should always keep in mind that there is a possibility, maybe a slight possibility, that GTA 6 might get delayed. This is it for this video. I just want to keep it about the earnings call. I will drop another one to talk about what's gonna happen next. In the next video, I will be answering some of the biggest questions on everyone's mind. When will we know for sure that there won't be a delay? When can we expect the second trailer? It takes to be lying about their fall 2025 prediction. The rest of the video is just the interaction between the person that asked the question about GTA 6 and the CEO of Take-Two Interactive. With that being said, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Hi, thanks. So glad to see GTA 6 reaffirmed for a fall 25 launch. You know, how much of the total number of fans that have ever touched GTA and have brand awareness of GTA could potentially be reactivated once this GTA 6 launch actually happens. I gather that there is a much smaller percentage of those, a small percent of those fans that today are highly engaged. You know, but with the launch of GTA 6, it will become an intergenerational franchise, the first title having been released around the year 2000. So I could very easily see a dad playing GTA with his son after having not played the game for a couple of decades. So do you have a sense, you know, of relative to the current base of players that's highly engaged, what the base of lapsed players that may potentially come back could be? Like, is it 1 times as big, twice as big? Any kind of framework there to help us think about this launch would be great.
Well, I appreciate the question and the sort of the sentiment underlying the question. It sort of falls into the category of how high is up, and I decline to ever predict that. We believe that arrogance is the enemy of continued success. We run scared. We're looking over our shoulder. Our competitors are not asleep. So what do we do about that? We try to be the most creative, the most innovative, and the most efficient company in the entertainment industry. And Rockstar Games in particular seeks perfection in everything they do. And we believe that if we do that right and we focus on delivering for consumers, that's our best opportunity to succeed. To answer your question mathematically, it's I mean, it's pretty interesting if you look at GTA 5 because that title crossed 3 console generations and still remains a best-selling title, having sold in over 210 million units. GTA Online, now over 10 years old, still has enormous ongoing engagement. So there's certainly evidence that if you give consumers what they want, they will show up for it and they will stick around loyally for a very long time. Equally, we have enormous respect for how hard that is to do. With regard to the upcoming release of GTA 6, obviously this is a console release. We know what the current console install base looks like. So, there is the broad universe of console owners to look at, and that is something to be mindful of. At the same time, we don't spend a lot of time looking at sort of attach rates, which I think is basically the question you're posing, because that'll take care of itself if we do a great job. Now, are we aware of who our consumers are, and do we know how to market them and target them? We do. We have an extraordinary corporate consumer database with, I think, nearly 1 million records in it. We observe, of course, all privacy regulations, but we are able to market to a significant portion of that database. So we are mindful of who's been engaged with GTA and GTA Online previously. We're mindful of those who we believe will be interested in the title going forward, and we can tailor our marketing accordingly. But we genuinely don't spend a lot of time thinking about, well, is this going to be X number of units or Y number of units, because that doesn't change anything that we can do. We focus on what we can affect, and we let the outcomes take care of themselves. And I'm sorry, I said 1 million consumer records. I meant 1 billion.
Thank you for your response.
I was only off by 3 digits, so,
Got it.
Fall 2025, the hype's alive. Vice City calls, we're ready to drive. Rockstar silent, but we still believe. GTA 6 is the dream we weave. Fast cars, bright lights.